Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So after I record audio, Monica got off and then we ate dinner at like 3:15. We walked around for 30 minutes and then we rested until like 5:30. I went back on, I unloaded the phone, I started editing audio. That's when I found out that Digimon and Precure are back. So we're gonna eventually watch episode 4 and episode 13 of that. But like not at the moment. We were gonna watch it today, but the last episode of Princess Connect came out, so we watched that instead. So I don't want to go out of chronological order, so I'm just gonna stay on the main track here. So I completed one audio. I got tired and I got off at 7. We went straight to bed and I slept until I don't know. I think it was 4. All I know is that it was still dark. By the time I got out of bed, it was like 5 something. It was early in 5. So that's why I figured I was awake at 4. So I work on the audio. I got a little bit of distracted watching videos and podcasts. And then I completed chapter 81's comic for the first extra at 6:21. So that extra is finally done. That leaves me with like the second extra, which I need to do 2 things for, which is the comic for that and the summary. So one of those things has to get done at some point. I don't know when, I don't know how. So yeah, Monica came to join me sometime around like 6:25. We ate breakfast and I worked until 8. At that point, I still had about like 1 audio file left to do, but Monica needed to go to Vaughn's and get food. So we hit Vaughn's, we got a few things. Rigatoni's back in stock, so we got that too. And then we arrived home sometime around like 9:30. We ate brunch at like 9:40, and I went back on at 10. I finished the last audio file, and then I stopped briefly to compress my video at 10:30, and then I switched over to proofreading chapter 86. It was mostly combat, so I got through it really fast by 11:24. So after that, I loaded the chapters to Weebly and Imager, and then I took a break at like 12 p.m. It did occur to me when I was loading it to Weebly that I forgot to badge Flora in this one scene where you can't even see her. She just blends in with the background. So I fixed that for the Weebly version, but I didn't get to fix it for the Imager version, because the Imager version is for the live journal, and as far as I know, no one's reading the live journal version, so I don't care. Meanwhile. So after that, I took a break at 12, and then Monica casually mentioned possibly hitting Walgreens, because Walgreens keeps sending us text messages that her prescription is ready. So she thought, okay, maybe we should check on it. But then she also started feeling like she didn't want to go, which was a bit annoying. I ended up forcing her to. We left at 12:20, and much to her delight, the bus was coming down the street, so we didn't have to walk the length of the street to get to Walgreens. We just took the bus. So we went to Walgreens. She waited, and then I went and walked around looking at random things. I was looking at the novels, and I keep seeing like these tall novels, and so I got curious. I'm like, I wonder how much what is the actual exact size of these novels? So I ended up walking to the stationery section. I picked up a ruler, and I came back and I started measuring the novels. So like the standard novel print size is like 7 inches, and then the ones that I keep seeing, the tall ones, are 7.5 inches, which really got me interested, because like I don't know why it interests me so much that they come that tall. I don't know. I can't even describe why that interests me. All I know is that it really interests me. So I was flipping through some books, and then Monica came to join me, and she told me that the medication isn't ready yet. They told her to come back tomorrow at 3. And what's it called? She was annoyed because they told her to come back today at 3. And yeah, so no winning. I don't know if she's going to want to go, if she's just not going to want to bother with it. Okay, so as we were leaving, I point out to her, this is usually the time the bus comes back down the street, because it was almost I think it was like at the time 12:50, I believe. So we ended up sitting and waiting for the bus. It came like 5 to 10 minutes later after we sat down, and we took the bus back home. And then we ended up splitting up once we got home. So she went back to bed because she was tired, and then I ended up working on my compression. I put my video on its last compression. It took up until like 1:30. Until then I was messing around with my journals, and then I went back on and I loaded my video, and Monica ended up coming to join me at 2. So we ate dinner and we watched the last episode of Princess Connect. So the story of okay, her name was Justiana, so it wasn't Eustace Titina. I was guessing last time, I couldn't remember. So her name is Justiana, and she went on a journey. She came back as someone else had already stolen her identity. So her parents don't remember her. They think she's just some random girl. And so she hasn't done anything about this, and it confuses me why she hasn't done anything about this. I assume that you're supposed to do something about this in the video game, because she ain't gonna do shit about this in the series. And I don't know if the series is gonna get a second season or not. It doesn't seem so. It seems like all you get is this, and that's it. And you have to play the game to understand the rest of the story. And there's a bunch of cast members that you see again in the last episode, but they just left me feeling like unless you were binge watching, you probably wouldn't remember every time these characters were around, and they didn't really do anything like that affected the main characters directly as far as I know. So I just feel like, okay, I guess these are characters you want to collect later in the game. I don't know. All I know is that for a mobile game, the anime adaptation was pretty good. I mean, it was no like Fate series, because like the Fate series anime adaptations are like extremely popular, and they do really well in you know, as far as animation goes. So yeah, this one came really close in the meanwhile. So I ended up deciding to split up with Monica sometime around like 2:45. It's probably like 3 as far as I know. So I decided to record. This is what I need to do. I have 2 choices. I could try to work on the easy extras, because I have like at least I think 5 easy extras I can possibly do right now, and I want to do the ones that require the least amount of text, and those are the ones that require me to just like I just need to figure out what to write. That's the problem with those, because like those I usually have to like write something small, and I have to angle it because the pictures are at angles, so I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. I haven't done one of those since like the last volume, I think. All I know is that I just feel a little stuck with it right now. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Right, I left Monica watching one of her favorite YouTubers, so once she's done with that, I'm gonna have to trade with her and work on that. I also have a Today I Learned. Technically, it's not a Today I Learned. It's a Plan of Attack. So Pasha's gonna theorize what he should do about Philippe, and I need to make a list of that. So I figured that should be fairly easy, because I already know what's going to go on with that. So I have to think of like some things to write for that. So those and that one are the ones I want to get done. Is there anything else besides those? I can't think of anything else at the top of my head that I need to do, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, tomorrow I'm going to do the proofread for chapter 87 and 88. And by that point, if I'm not done with the easy extras, I'm going to try to continue finishing the easy extras, and I'm going to try to complete some of the straggling extras, because I did do some work on the comic for the first extra for chapter 83, and all I have to do is the birds for that, and like I got tired, so I didn't finish them. So I guess I can work on that too. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I'm exhausted. The one thing that did bother me was that I realized too late that the line art for the first comic for chapter 81, the line art is blue instead of brown. So I'm so mad about that. I didn't realize until I was finished. I'm like, I can't go back and change this. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty. It is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So after I record audio, I ended up line arting through that last 4-panel comic because Monica took a long time watching YouTube. And like, I was waiting for her to finish so I could go back to what I was doing. So yeah, I ended up passing off the completed 4-panel comic to her at 3:57. So because I was finally done with the art, all the art for the extras, I ended up putting chapter 104 on my clipboard to start drafting. Didn't work on it though. It crossed my mind too. So yeah, I ended up getting off at 4 because I was extremely tired. I crashed and I woke up at like 6:30. We walked around for 30 minutes and then we had the official dinner. It's just that I called the previous lunch dinner when it was actually lunch. I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to tell because it's at 2 and technically it counts as lunch, but I tried counting it as dinner, but we ended up eating later, so technically that was dinner. So yeah, rested until 9:30. I went back on to try to work on the extras again. I managed to complete the chapter 82 first extra at like 10:34. So that means in total I managed to complete 2 extras that day. So I had a total brain fart. I tried to work on the next extra, but I was just way too tired. I ended up getting distracted organizing random ass files, and then I decided to get off at 11:30. I went back to bed. As far as I know, I slept all night long. I don't really know. I figure I did. I woke up sometime around like either 4 or 5. All I know is that it was pretty late and I didn't get out of bed until like 5:30. So I proofread the next 2 chapters. I tried to badge check them too, but like there was no sign of Marie and no sign of Flora in her regular outfit, because from this point forward Flora's wearing her magic item costume. So I figured when I see Marie again I have to do Marie. So yeah, Monica ended up getting up at 6:30 and I ended up stopping and playing some videos for her to listen to, so that made proofreading chapter 88 a little difficult. So I had to go back and like look at it again just to make sure I didn't mess up anything. In the end, I ended up loading the chapters to Imager. I got off at 7:20, and then we left to go get some water bottle refills. We got back at like 8:14. We ate brunch, and then we took a shower. After the shower, I did a smidge of brainstorming, and then I calculated all the money. I have to do that again, darn it. Ugh. So I calculated all the money for the end of the month, and I went back on to update the budget at like 9:40, and then I loaded the chapters to Weebly, and then I worked on the next extra. So I did chapter 84 extra 1. Monica came and joined me at 11. She just realized at that moment that she had stuff to color, which really upset me because I didn't know she didn't know, because I had told her the day before she had something to do. I'm trying not to be mad about this. So yeah. After that, we stopped to watch a few videos, and then once we were done watching videos, I ended up putting the text for chapter 84 extra 1 onto the illustration, and then I tried to switch over to coloring, but I just was way too tired. I didn't want to continue, so I stopped at like 12:20. I did a smidge of writing. I ended up picking out that book that I picked out for just writing and finishing off all my dud pens that are running out of ink. And I'm finding a lot of pens that I had just laying around that I just haven't been using, that I know are either running out of ink or not as good as they used to be. I have this felt pen that I'm trying to knock out right now. And then I finished these two 10-pen G2s I was holding on to, but I didn't need to hold on to them because like I bought some more refills, so I can just retire them in the meanwhile. So after I was done doing some writing, Monica got off. I don't remember what time she got off. I think it was almost 1 o'clock. We ended up leaving for the plaza. At least we have a hard time leaving for the plaza because like she forgot to use the restroom, so I had to come back, and then she forgot to bring a coupon for Burger King, so she had to come back again. So like We spent a total of 20 minutes trying to get out, and then we missed the bus because like we didn't think the bus was going to come so suddenly, and it did. Oh, it's so annoying. So we walked all the way from home to the plaza. We hit Northgate, we got something, and then we hit Walgreens. We finally got all of her medication, and then we hit Burger King and we got lunch. So we got home at like 2:30. We ate dinner, and then rested until like 3:46. So she's on the computer. I need to go on. I need to see what I can do. I think I'm gonna try doing some coloring. I don't know if I should try to do some text again, because like I just didn't have it in me to do the text like earlier. I don't know if I waited long enough. I'm not sure. All I know is that I still need to finish these extras, and I feel like about it. It's so frustrating. So I need to at least do something to get through it. Is there anything else that's on my mind? This is the second extra of chapter 84, and I kind of want to get that one done. That would be nice. Although I kind of want to go on ahead and do the one for chapter. Oh, what chapter was it for? 86? I don't remember. So it's another half slash illustration, which is why I kind of want to do it, because I only have to at most write 4 sentences or 3 or 4 sentences about the subject. So I'm trying to think of what I want to say about it, which is why I'm like, should I do it? Should I save it for tomorrow? Should I save it for way later tonight? I don't know. I have to think about it. Is there anything else that's on my mind? This is the last day of June. Tomorrow is the first day of July. There's so much we have expected for July. I'm like really, really nervous about this. Monica's gonna eventually start taking her, if her insurance clears, she'll be taking medication for her the growth in her brain. Let's see, other paperwork that didn't come in May is we're expecting to see it in July, which makes me nervous. And like I knew this was going to be a bad year, but like I said, I thought it was just going to be a bad year for the two of us. I didn't realize it was going to be a bad year for the whole fucking country. And like I'm just really worried that our COVID problems are going to finally catch up to us this month, if not by at least September. And it really scares me, and like I don't know if we have enough cushion to protect us. All I know is that the most I could have possibly done to assure that we would have some sort of stability was to save up to 4K. And like I don't want to be worried about it, but I am extremely worried about it, because if everything goes awry, I'm gonna have to cut the series at 100 by September, and then just load it as is, and then just move on with my life. Because like I can't keep doing this if I can't financially justify doing this. So we're gonna have to see. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, July 1st, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I went back on at 4. I colored through the second extra for chapter 84. I got tired and I got off at 5. Monica and I rested, and then she got up at 8 to make chicken, and then she went back to work on the extra I had given her. So I wrote a little bit of that fanfic, and then we had a midnight snack, and then we went straight back to bed. I had a smidge of trouble sleeping at first. All I could think about was just like dolls all night long. Somehow I managed to get to sleep though. I'm not really sure how. It did cross my mind several times to just get up and go back to work, but I was just too busy thinking about something else. So I didn't want to have to put my brain from dolls to the comic suddenly. So I woke up and I got out of bed at 5:55. I updated the budget. Money came in. I kicked Monica out of bed at like 6:20. We ate breakfast, and then we looked over the budget together, and then we played some YouTube videos. So I started drafting through chapter 104. In total, I managed to complete 3 pages throughout the entire day, and I scanned all of them. I do need some references for the first page, which is why I haven't gone forward with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Stopped at 7:14 to prepare to leave for Walmart. We left at like 7:20. We caught the bus, but it didn't show up until 7:40. The first place we went to was the bank. On the way there, I found a shit ton of change in the parking lot. Oh my god, I didn't expect to find that much change. And then we messed around with the bank a little bit, and then we went straight to Walmart. This is the first time since a Christmas, like a couple of years ago, that they actually hassled us for our backpack. And so she asked the question, is the backpack for leisure or if it's for personal items? And Monica said it was for personal, but I couldn't tell the difference because we used the backpack to haul everything home. So I wasn't sure what she meant by that, but she actually let us to keep it. So we've been trying, to find less and less reasons to go to that Walmart because of all this shit about, restrictions, etc. So yeah, we ended up getting food. Monica got a new pair of shoes because her current shoes are already hurting her feet. And then we got a new shower curtain. It was a spontaneous buy because I was looking for this one shower curtain I really, really wanted. And it's most likely been already bought out. I couldn't find any version of it anywhere in their shower curtain pile. So the new shower curtain is really beautiful. It's like watercolor flowers. It's so nice. Okay, so this was the first time when we first came to this Walmart that we took the bus, and the bus dropped us off at the stop between the high school and the Starbucks. And that area we ended up taking a path that basically passes all these neighborhoods to go straight to the backside of the Walmart. And it was a long walk. I didn't expect it to be such a long walk because I remember when we took it by our bicycles and it didn't seem like it was that long, but oh man, it was a long walk. Okay, so we ended up having to take the same route back, and the bus stop we were waiting for was on the other side of the street adjacent to the school. And we barely managed to get the bus going home. So we got back at 9:40. I updated the budget. I loaded Digimon, and we ended up eating brunch. That's when I did a little bit more sketching while I was waiting for Monica to bring the food. So in total, this is my opinion of it. Sora didn't seem like the Sora I knew, but I also have to admit I'm not really sure what the original Japanese Sora was like, so I have to assume that she was in character because she didn't feel like she was in character. Oh, Piyomon definitely didn't feel like she was in character either. The two of them felt like something was missing. Something was really weird about the script. The script needed to be edited. They cut something important out, and they thought we didn't care enough about it to explain the backstory for it or whatever. All I know is that both Sora and Piyomon were really, really, really weird. So yeah. Okay, so after that, we split up sometime around 10:30. Monica rested, and she told me at 12 o'clock we're going to go to Vaughn's. So in that time, I ended up proofreading through chapter 84. I finished sometime around 11 something. I want to say it was 11:20 something. I don't really know. All I know is that I got off at 11:30 because I didn't think I was going to be able to go and do all of chapter 90 before 12 o'clock. So while I was waiting, I ended up putting the new shower curtain up, and then I kicked Monica out of bed and we left for Vaughn's. We walked. We ended up walking because she didn't think the bus was going to come, and then shortly after we left, the bus came, so we had to walk to the location. We ended up blowing $100 on food, and I told her, okay, the time that the next bus comes is very, very soon. So let's go to the bus stop and see if we can catch it. And I was getting a little worried that we already missed it, but it actually showed up. So I'm glad that we managed to get the bus. Got back at 1, rested, and I went back on to proofread chapter 90. I didn't do it right away. The first thing that happened is that I passed files off between Monica and myself, so I got back the last 4-panel comic she was working on, and I gave her Mikazuki's picture, so she's loading him to Facebook, and then I worked on the photos I had of the Lalaloopsies. I haven't made the listing for them yet. We stopped to eat dinner at 2. And then I went to work on the proofread for chapter 90. I got a little bit stuck on Fauna's like last conclusion because like one of the lines that she said in the ending was like, I have nothing, but that's not true. She still has Fuyar, but she's not like using Fuyar as a reference in this case. So I had to come up with something similar to Without Them, Who Am I? And that was like the best thing I could possibly do. I wanted to make it Who Am I Without Them, but the problem is that the speech bubble it didn't fit that, so I had to fix it. So that's what I did to it. I don't know if I messed up the thesis of the conversation between her and Flora now. I did reread a bit of chapter 91 to make sure if I didn't mess up her thesis. All I know is that Flora's thesis is that Fauna is not alone. She still has her and Simon. So that pretty much stayed the same. So the entire series is proofread. It's loaded to both Imager and Weebly. All I need to do is finish the extras. From this point forward, I'm going to be working on everything that's not done yet. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to try to finish everything that is sitting around and waiting to be done, or everything that has been colored and waiting to be done. So I feel like it makes most sense to me to finish all the colored stuff and then get back to the text. But I just don't want to be working on text at the same time that I'm working on the series. That's the reason why I'm hesitating. But I really want to get the first chapter up soon. And in order to do that, I have a comic I have to finish. So I'm going to try to finish the comics. There is one comic that needs to be done. I haven't applied the birds, which is why it's not done yet. So I'm going to see if I can do that too. And it shouldn't take me that long to do that, but like I want to give it a shot. And then I have the second extra for 84. Marie and Warren have been finished. The problem is I have not done I haven't done the background. So as soon as I get the background finished, then I can move on with it. Other than that, I guess that's pretty much. I can't think of anything else I want to say aside from finally knocking out everything that's not finished. And I want to do that tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to have the energy because like we really tired ourselves out today. We went out like twice. Also, I kind of hurt my back a little bit. I hurt my back doing some like extreme leg stretches, and like my body hasn't been used to doing stretches like that in a long time, so like it couldn't handle it. So, is there anything else that's on my mind besides that? No, I guess that's virtually it. I really hope I can get a lot done. I mostly am worried about getting as much done between Thursday and Friday, and seeing what little I can do on Saturday, because Saturday I'll be working on pages 1 and 2. So that's my shtick. I have in total a week and a half afterward to work on anything that's not done yet. And if I get stuck in moments where I can't finish what I'm doing, I'm fucking screwed. So I'm going to try to get all, if not some, of this chapter completely drafted. And then I'm going to try to power through the liner as fast as possible for each page so I can have extra time to work on the scripts. The problem is that it doesn't take Monica very long to get through the coloring. So that's my only issue. All I know is that I need power. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. After I record audio, Monica got off at like 4:10. I had a hint of a feeling like I wanted to go outside again, but I didn't say anything until she actually, ironically, had the urge to go outside again too. So we agreed we should go to Albertsons and get more water. So we did that. We got home at like 5:30. I rested and I wrote a little bit more of that fanfic. And then our aunt Olga started texting us, and apparently apparently she has breast cancer, or had breast cancer. She had it operated. And that kind of worried us because we didn't know breast cancer was in our family. We just assumed that it wasn't. So when she asked her if it was in the family, she said that the only other person that has had breast cancer is our other aunt that has died a while back. I think she was one of my mom's younger sisters. She had dementia. So that was surprising. I don't know. I feel really uncomfortable about this, but like they're way up there in their 60s and 70s. Just I don't think so. I can't remember how old my mom was. I think my mom was in her 60s. But yeah, so her sisters would be around the ages of 70 and so on and so forth. I don't know. This makes me so uncomfortable, especially knowing that I had an aunt that had dementia and breast cancer, especially because like Monica has moments where she doesn't know what she's hearing sometimes. I mean, like, I had to explain to her today what cancel culture was, despite the fact that she's been hearing the term cancel culture a lot. She didn't know what it was referring to. So I've been having issues with her with that lately, and I'm just scared that she's going to get dementia also as a result of her schizophrenia. So I'm just so frustrated by this because, like, I don't know what to do with her as is. I don't know what I'm going to do with her if this is the case. I really hope that she manages to last longer than that. Other than that, so yeah, now I'm a little worried about the whole breast cancer thing. So I was trying to talk Monica into getting a mammogram, but she didn't want to. Okay, so after that, she ended up disconnecting with her aunt, and she ended up reading a little bit of what I wrote, because I didn't write that much. Well, actually, in retrospect, I wrote a lot, but it wasn't concluded, so I don't really feel like it was that much. So yeah, after that we went to bed, and I had a bunch of trouble sleeping because I was thinking about what my aunt said. So yeah, I woke up sometime around like 4:50. I got out of bed at 5:30. I went straight to completing the extras. I ended up completing the artwork for chapter 84 extra 2 at like 6:44, and then Monica came to join me shortly after. I started to try to work on the text for that, but I ended up getting sidetracked transferring my Patreon money. This is the first time I've transferred my Patreon money in 9 months. It came out to like $300 something. So yeah, I don't know. I feel really weird about transferring it. I keep thinking like I should have like waited. I just decided to pull the trigger already. So yeah. So when I finished the text for chapter 84, second extra, I didn't really like the emphasis point because I felt like it didn't draw, it didn't really shine a light on the most important person whose action or thought process is the most important. It felt like the spotlight was mostly on Loris when it really should have been on Warren, because Warren was doing the talking. So I was like, okay. So I ended up having to go back, reset the entire last panel, and then just redo the text for it. So I feel like this is better. I like it. I hope it helps the story going forward. I got tired after I was finished with the extra. I did manage to load it to Weebly and Imager, and I ended up getting off at like 8:44. I did a little writing. Monica got off at 9. We ate brunch, and then we rested. I ended up doing a little bit of walking around because she was too tired to do anything else. I just left her alone. I went back on at 11. I decided to do the only other easy extra, which is the plan of attack extra for chapter 85. So I managed to finish that right as Monica came to join me at 12. So we had a snack. We watched the next episode of Precure. And this episode, Hinata really wanted to give up being a Precure. In the end, she ended up deciding to keep with it, even though that she was starting to feel, discouraged, and everybody kept trying to support her that everything was going to work out. It turns out the thing that they were chasing was some type of drone thing. So yeah. Okay, so after that we split up sometime around like 12:40, and I finished the extra. I loaded it to Imager and Weebly, and I tried to move on to the next set of extras, but I was just way too damn tired, so I decided to get off. So it's like almost 1 o'clock, or maybe it is 1 o'clock now. Let's see. Yeah, it's 1:08. Wow, that was fast. Oh God. So this is what I need to do. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna go back on and finish something. I'm torn between the second extra for chapter 82 because it's a whole picture and I could get through it, but at the same time I feel like all of the extras for chapter 82 and 83 are very similar to one another, so I feel like I should do them in tandem, which is why I'm trying to finish the second extra for chapter 81. So that I feel like is a smidge more important, because if I could get that out of the way, then I can get the summary out of the way, and I can get all the extras for chapter 81 off my back, and I can finally start loading something to Tapas, because like I only load things to Tapas in chronological order, and once I'm done with that I can load that. Other than that, I'm not really sure about everything past chapter, I think it's past chapter 86 and forward. 86 is also one of the other easy extras, so I technically could also do that one, but I don't really know what day to do it, today or tomorrow. At the least, the last point I can possibly do that is Saturday. It's going to take me a while to come up with text for both Simon and Fauna in that. And then the other last easy extra I could possibly do is Warren for chapter 90 and talk about how Warren feels. So like I'm really considering doing 86 and 90 before the end of this vacation, while as far as coloring goes, I'm trying really hard to finish 81 and then the images between 82 and 83. So oh God, that will definitely leave me with the text for 83, what else was there besides that? The text for 83, the text for 87, 88, and 89. And I think 89 needs like the most text, which is why I'm like dreading that one the most. So I have to really think about what I want to say for that set of extras. So I'm going to leave that set for next week. That'll be a total of like, I guess like 3 to 4 extras. It really just depends on how much I get done. So like, that's not that bad, but it's going to take a lot of thought. So that's, I don't even know. Did I say 3 to 4? Technically, that's like 5. Now I think about it, because like there's that set of 3 extras, or it's actually no, I think it's actually more than I'm thinking. I'm just not thinking about it right. Oh well, I am so tired right now. I can't even. Ugh. Is there anything else that's on my mind besides that? Anything else I wanted to do? We're completely caught up with our anime. This summer we're only watching Digimon and Precure. I don't know if we're watching anything else. I think we're pretty much done with everything, because like Princess Connect and My Next Life as a Villainess is over. Although I heard it's getting a second season, I don't know when. So yeah, I just found out that Katarina has an android. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so over the series. It did not satisfy me to the degree that I was hoping it would. It was just very flat. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No. I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I crashed. And I woke up to Monica telling me that it was time for dinner at 2. So we ate, and then after dinner, we were talking about if there was anything that we wanted to go out and get, because now we have money. And she remembered there was this clipboard at Office Depot that she wanted to try to get. And as we were getting ready to leave, Tiffy suddenly called her, and she talked to her for a bit, and we missed the bus like right afterward. So then, we decided to just take our time leaving, and Monica suddenly started talking to herself, and her second personality was trying to keep her from leaving. This ended up going out of control by the time we left the house because we missed the bus for the second time, and it didn't stop for the stop there. I don't want to say she got mad, but I want to say that her voice got mad and made her have a bit of a scene in front of the apartment complex, so I just had to bring her back. So we didn't really get anything done. So like I just left her alone in the bedroom talking to herself about what's a wine to go outside and so on and so forth. So I went back to work. I completed some of the extras I was working on. I think I did the, what's it called, Plan of Attack 2, so I did that. I got a little bit sidetracked because I found some character designs for another mobile game. I feel like these mobile games have been coming out, and some of the character designs are so good. Oh my god. So yeah. So Monica ended up joining me at 5. We had a snack. We watched some videos. And then I got off at 6:44. We spent the evening writing. I don't know what she was writing, but I was writing that fanfic. She read what I wrote, and then I went to bed at 9. So I woke up at 3, but I got out of bed at 4. I finished the second 4-panel comic for chapter 81, and then I was working on the cluster of extras that are not done, but they all have to do with the same scene. And the reason why I was procrastinating on this is because it has to do with the bird scene in when they're trying to save Dominic. So I have to mess with all the birds, and I managed to finish one 4-panel comic. It was the one I had previously like shaded. When I was almost done with the 4-panel comic, the first 4-panel comic for chapter 83, Monica got up at like 6:30, so we ate breakfast and we watched some videos. I got off at 7:09 and we took a shower. I ended up getting out at 7:30, and I did some brainstorming with my cell phone to note taker, and I got some ideas to how to fix chapter 107, because there's a scene in there where I just didn't like how it transitioned, and I had to talk through how to make it a little bit more functional. So I don't know if there's anything in there I want to redraw. All I know is that I think there isn't, and that I could actually just reuse the way the storyboard is, and I won't have to draw anything new. But I ended up going to the storyboard and leaving post-it notes on the scenes that I wanted to fix. So that's in there. So Monica got out at 8, and then we managed to get dressed, but then she started talking to herself, and I was like getting so frustrated with her because like we had planned to go out, and so she promised me she would try to get on the bus, and like she was talking to herself on the bus, and I was just like, oh my god, how are we even going to be able to do this? So like we actually managed to get to the village. We went to Staples, and they didn't have my ink there, but they did have the rest of the school supplies. So we got the books that we wanted. She got a pair of 2-pack scissors. The only reason why she got the expensive scissors was because I couldn't buy the ink. So she ended up getting that. And then what else did we get besides that? I think that was virtually it. I think I got some Brad folders, and that's it. So afterward, we ended up hitting Subway. We got lunch. They didn't have any indoor dining, but there is a picnic area for all the restaurants out there. So all the restaurants use this one picnic area, even though technically it's off to the side in front of a Sprint store. So we ate there, and then afterward we walked to Big Lots. Big Lots had like very little stuff, but they did have a stationery section, which actually really surprised the fuck out of me, because like all the other Big Lots got rid of their stationery sections. And then after that, we went to Target, and she started talking to herself again. I was like, "Oh shit, we're not gonna make it to World Market," because I really, really, really wanted to go to World Market, but like we couldn't, because like we have to cross the street from Target to the main Village Mall, and the bus stops are right in front of it. So her second personality ended up forcing her to go home. So I just had to go home. I ended up not really doing any of the things I was planning on doing today. And like, it just really, really frustrated me. So I ended up releasing her as soon as we got back at like 12:02. I released her to her bedroom to continue talking to herself. It seems like we had made no progress on this. And I told her, you know, when I talk to you, I don't want that voice replying to me. I only want you to reply to me. And like, it's really frustrating me because like, we're also supposed to go to the bank, but like this voice is determined to keep her from leaving the house from today forward. Technically from yesterday forward, but like it's frustrating because like we still have 2 days left of this vacation, tomorrow and today, and like just wanted to get some things done before we get stuck being indoors all day. The worst part is that we have to continuously go get food and do laundry on Monday, and like it seems like that voice is determined to make sure those don't happen either. So I'm like, that means that I have to pretty much do everything by myself on top of the series, which I don't even know how I'm gonna manage that, because like I'm not even sure how to manage the doing the laundry. I don't really know the process of that, because I usually leave that to her, and I usually focus on maintaining the money. I usually do the what's it called? I usually put the money in the machines for her, because there's a fucking lot of quarters. Oh my god. So like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to do all this by myself, but I'm having a sinking feeling that if she doesn't get her shit together by Monday, I'm going to have to do laundry, or we're going to have to forget about laundry and just keep using our clothes until her stupid voice finally gives up and lets her have a life again. Because it's just like, I don't want to have to put up with this, because like it's been like this since like I was in high school. She's been talking to that thing, so I'm like, and that her medication doesn't actually block out the voice. All it does is keep her from hallucinating, and so it's just it's so annoying. So I don't really know what to do about the situation. I am like extremely like tired of it. So this is what I ended up doing. When I got home, I scanned all the drafts that I was working on, because when I was on the bus I was working on drafts for chapter 104, and then I started working on the 4-panel comics that aren't done. So the second 4-panel comic for chapter 83 is done. So all I need to do is just put text on those extras, and that's it, and I can like load them. The last thing I need to do is the second comic extension for chapter 82. So I just I think I can get through that. It's probably gonna take me a while to like mess around with it a little bit, but like I think I can get through that today, because it's not very much I have left to do. And then if I have any energy, which I doubt, I could switch over to finishing the text for the second extra for 81. So that would leave me with 80, 81, and 82 done. And then I can spend all tomorrow working on 83 and probably 86. So that's the best case scenario, because 83 requires 2 completely different text bubbles. And 86 technically is shorter. All I have to do is make a 4-sentence long summary and then apply it to that. So I feel like 86 is easier. I don't know. It just really just depends on how fast I can get through it. So yeah, is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? I'm trying to think. What else is there? No, I think I can get up to 86 tomorrow. Like I said, that's the best case scenario. And then that leaves me with 80. If I actually do manage to get 86 now, I want to see if I can go up to 90, but I'm not really sure, because like 90 only requires 1 picture. I almost feel like let me do 90 first, but like I also still have 87, 88, and 89. This is doing all of them consecutively, because they have to do it the same subject, and I don't mind doing that like next week. I don't know. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? So as far as chapter 104 is concerned, I have like the first 3 pages of that scanned, and then I have page 11 and 12 scanned, because they were the easiest pictures, and then I have the page 10, but like there's some things I have to modify in page 10 first, because like I accidentally drew the wrong picture in the top panel, so I had to erase it, and like now I have to go back and like sketch that in. It's just a picture of Weir. I can get that done pretty quickly. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Nothing else is coming to mind right now. I guess I should just leave it here. Alrighty then. The only other thing that happened was that we ate dinner. So she managed to make dinner just fine. I don't know what's gonna happen from this day forward, because like it was back in the past, it was so easy to deal with her stupid, talking to herself, her voices and everything when mom and dad were around, because like we all did a good job of somewhat ignoring each other, because we all didn't have very good relationships, and the only thing standing in between me and Monica is literally the fact that she has schizophrenia, because like we were extremely close before her schizophrenia like completely dominated her life back in 2010. So like it's just it's so frustrating. So like I'm not really sure what I should do now. So all I could think of is just ignoring her like severely. And it means that if I have a question, I can't ask her. If I have an ambition I want to do, I can't like throw it by her, because like as long as that she's giving that voice more power at the moment, then I don't have any relationship with her. So the things I need to do, like I need to go to the bank. I'm thinking about doing that without her, but I'm like, I really don't want to have to. I really would just like her to come too, because like it makes me feel like we have some time to be together and bond, because like we do a lot of talking when we go out for walks, and like now it seems like we can't do that. So I think the bright side of that is that I can be able to do some note taking and think about what I want to do for the future chapters, and that's pretty much it. But other than that, I don't know what the fuck. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, the 4th of July, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So after I record audio, I got off at like 2:33. I managed to talk Monica into going to the bank. Her voice didn't give her so much trouble doing that. The only thing that was like a problem was that it was actually fucking hot, and she acted like she was going to have a heat stroke or something coming home. So that was a bit of a hassle. We got back at 4:11 and we rested until like 5. We sorted through all of our books again. We decided to keep a selection of a few books that we really, really, really wanted to keep, since it doesn't seem like these things are selling very quickly. And then we split up at 6. I went back to work on the extras. I finished chapter 82 extra 2 at like 7:30, and I loaded it to Imager and Weebly, and I got tired and I got off at 7:44. I wrote a little bit more of that fanfic, and then I went to bed. As far as I know, I didn't have very much trouble sleeping. I woke up sometime around 5. I got out of bed at 5:30, and I printed out the drafts for pages 1 and 2. So I could start line arting them. I noticed the next episode of Pokemon Twilight Wings was out, so I told Monica, and then she got up at 6:12, right as I was printing out the pages. The printer gave me a little bit of trouble in the process. It actually shredded the very first page I printed out because I didn't pick it up fast enough. It ate it and destroyed it. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Okay, so we stopped to eat breakfast. We watched the episode, and this episode, the boy that was a friend of that boy from the first episode, asked Alistair if he could help him get his friend invited to the Champions tournament. I don't know why he went to Alistair. I figured he went to Alistair because Alistair was a kid, or maybe he lives in Alistair's city. I don't know. It just felt really weird, but Alistair ended up doing some fun things with him in the process. Other than that, Alistair was kind of like lacking in personality. I don't know. I think Alistair was okay. So yeah. Yeah, after that, we watched a little bit of random YouTube videos, and then I ended up line arting page 2. We got off at like 6:45, and we took new pictures of all the books for her Facebook selling page. And then one of the ornate books I had accidentally broke, so I ended up having to super glue one of the gems back onto the book. So frustrating. So yeah, after that, crushed bottles, and then we tried going for a 30-minute walk, but I ended up suggesting going to the Market Walmart. So we ended up doing that. Luckily, her voice didn't give her any more trouble from this point, so we're fine. We left at 7:20. We arrived sometime around like 8:12, and we got some food, and then we got some stationery. I didn't need to get the stationery, but like it was cheap. I had wanted to get some Post-it note memo pads, and I had a choice between hot colors and cold colors, and she talked me into getting the cold colors because she really liked them, and I was going to leave them behind because I didn't really need them. So yeah. And then I got another Brad folder. I keep collecting Brad folders. I don't need them right now, but I keep getting them because the colors that I find are kind of on the rare side, and I'm trying to collect them in case I need them later. So that's technically a stupid reason to collect them, honestly, but like I'm trying to have them for later because like when I needed them, I only had like a few from when we split up with mom and dad, and like the ones that I had were broken, so technically I can throw them away. I should probably do that. That would actually make more sense than just collecting all these random ass Brad folders. Okay, so and then we got, what else did we get besides stationery? Oh, shampoo. I got my shampoo because like I just opened up my last bottle of shampoo, so I got 2 more so I can switch into them like in a few more months. So yeah, try to wait for the bus going down Anaheim, but like according to the internet, it wasn't going to come until like 9, so we were like, fuck it, let's just walk home. So we ended up arriving at like I think it was like 9:35. We ate lunch. We went back on at like 10:07, and I finished the liner for pages 1 and 2, and I assembled and passed them off to Monica at 11:46. And by that point, I was fucking tired. I just had to get off. So we did some random ass writing. I know she got off sometime around like 12:30, so she got off at a different time than I did. We did some random ass writing, and then she started making pizza for the 4th of July at 1, and by the time it was done, it was 2. So after we were done eating the pizza, we walked around from 2:30 to 3, and I turned on the internet and I realized, now is a very good time to record. So this is what I need to do. This is a 6 audio recording. I need to edit the audio now, which frustrates me because I don't have anything in tandem to work with it. I did all the art I needed to do for the week. All I need to do is the text now, and I can't do text and audio at the same time. So like, I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I think I should have saved page 2 so I can work on that and do the audio. I'm just like, I'm so mad. Maybe I can get through it faster because usually I get distracted, and especially when I'm doing art, I get distracted. So maybe I can, I don't know. I'll try it. Maybe I can edit the audio while probably like sorting files. I don't know. I have to decide. Other than that, this is what I need to do mostly. I need to do the second extra for chapter 81, and that's like the lowest bar I could possibly do. I don't think I'm going to get it done today. I could try getting it done tomorrow though. Oh yeah, there's also setting up page 4 and 5 and 6, I think, because it's all combat and I haven't worked on it. So if I'm not going to do anything else, I should probably set up page 4. So much. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. Happy 4th of July. I will see you in the next one.